Hello everyone, I'm Max, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2025 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures such as Bigfoots and skinwalkers to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. So grab your I Found Bigfoot coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest trail camera clips of 2025. The following CCTV footage seems to have captured an unknown creature. It comes from a family who lives in a small neighborhood. They have their security camera mounted on the front of their home facing their driveway and the surrounding areas. Every once in a while their camera would be triggered and they would watch it back and it would just be a car driving by or a wild animal or sometimes even a person. All rather innocent captures. But this night it captured what looks to be a flying humanoid. Check it out. They woke up the next morning and checked the camera and watched the eerie footage in shock. One of the family members took out their phone and recorded the replay from the security cam, and that's the clip we're seeing. Analyzing the being, it seems to be wearing some kind of cloak or something. It starts off low to the ground, and then it flies upwards, disappearing from view. Then we see a dark black shadow dart across the road. It appears the creature was flying above and this was the shadow it was casting below. But this time it was flying much faster than before. Slowing the footage down and analyzing the shadow, right here it looks to show large wings, something we don't see when it was first captured on camera. Cryptid enthusiasts began calling this one the Moth Man. However, in the first clip, it doesn't really look like what a Moth Man is said to look like. But here is the description of the Moth Man regardless. It's described as a large humanoid figure, typically 6 to 7 feet tall. It has massive bat-like or moth-like wings spanning to 10 to 15 feet. Witnesses claim it can take off vertically like a helicopter and glide silently through the air. Its body is human-shaped or vaguely humanoid, often cloaked in shadow or with a grayish black skin or fur covering. So what do you guys think? Is this the Moth Man? Or is it a different creature or maybe even something completely different and explainable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Here is another pretty eerie security camera video. It comes out of Brazil, taken by one of the town's CCTV cameras. Apparently, authorities were reviewing the footage when they came across this, and they couldn't come up with an explanation. The video taken on March 8th, 2025 shows a strange light anomaly. Out of nowhere, a glowing blue and white light appears and slowly floats about. As the video goes on, it slowly dissipates until eventually it disappears completely, like it was never there in the first place. Now if you look closely, it almost looks like something is walking, like it has legs or something, and it's slowly moving away from the camera. Now skeptics tried to explain this one with a phenomenon called ball lightning. However, ball lightning, hence the name, appears in a ball shape, not in a strange light like this. Also, the weather was rather clear, no storms reported in the area. And lightning storms are the only things that are known to produce ball lightning. So others believe this was some kind of portal or something from another dimension. Now some say Earth, and possibly other parts of the universe, contains natural or artificial gateways that connect different points in space. And sometimes time. Think of it like a wormhole or a stargate. Through these portals, extraterrestrial craft or beings could travel across vast distances instantly. A separate but connected theory is that some aliens and cryptids aren't from another planet, rather another dimension or parallel reality. Our universe might be one of many, stacked and layered on top of each other. Occasionally, beings from these realms can cross over. This would definitely explain why cryptid creatures like Bigfoot or aliens are so elusive and rarely seen. So maybe that was a portal caught on camera late that night? This shocking paranormal video hasn't really been seen before, and it's honestly one of the scariest and more convincing clips I've seen, judging by what he captures and the way he reacts. The uploader, TikTok user Certified Geo, states, quote, "I found an abandoned farmhouse. I went inside and explored and captured this after I got out. Please excuse my language." End quote. Roll the clip.
Yo, what the is that? What the is that?
So after he had already been inside and explored the whole thing, he came out and caught this. This means whatever that was in there with him the entire time. The video starts out with him shining his flashlight at the farmhouse and zooming in with his phone. A dark, human-like silhouette is seen moving back and forth in the top window. The shadow is completely pitch black. The tone in the man's voice tells us he was truly chilled. He only records for about 13 seconds, then ends the video and gets out of there as quickly as he can. Now I wish we knew more about the history of this abandoned farmhouse. But because it's an old abandoned building in the middle of nowhere, it would probably be almost impossible to find any information about it. Old abandoned places like this typically carry stories and history, sometimes tragic, violent, or emotionally intense. Folklore loves to attach ghost stories to locations with rich or mysterious pasts. The idea is that intense emotions, fear, anger, or sorrow, leave a psychic imprint or energy stain on a place, creating hauntings. But obviously, this creepy-looking farmhouse will remain a mystery. I also forgot to mention this was the only video he has ever uploaded to TikTok, and he uploaded it all the way back in September of 2023. So if it were a hoax, he likely would have continued making content like this and capitalizing off it, seeing as this video performed pretty well. But he didn't, so it still remains a mystery. Now, as I was researching, I stumbled upon this strange Dogman sighting, and it's a super mysterious one. It's believed it comes from a man who was out in the woods somewhere in the US. He decided to go do some solo exploring this night, a decision he would soon regret, as eventually he ran into this absolutely terrifying creature. The footage is pretty blurry, but we still get a decent glimpse at this thing. We see an upright beast with a human-like body and an animalistic head. It almost looks like some kind of goblin. As soon as the man's flashlight hits it, it turns its head and looks right at him. And this is where the video cuts off. It has large, pointed ears sticking straight up, darkish fur, and a muscular frame. Strange Spotting Official on Instagram highlights the footage and states, "I have no info on this new Dogman footage circulating the internet. But I can say the thing in frame looks absolutely terrifying." And I have to agree with them. But I definitely do wish the footage was clearer and that we had some more information about it. Dogmen are allegedly most commonly sighted in the US. So that's why this one is believed to come from the US. But besides that, we're left pretty much empty-handed with information. So do you all think this video is real? Did this man really have an encounter with Dogman and survive? Or is it too good to be true? Let me know. Now this is a little bit of a different segment. I wanted to share with you guys some brand new Bigfoot videos, but sadly these ones are AI. So it's becoming a little harder to distinguish between real cryptid creatures and artificial cryptid creatures. But I wanted to share these ones with you guys regardless, not only because they're cool videos that show what Bigfoot would look like in perfect 4K quality, but also to teach you the noticeable differences between real videos and AI videos. So all that being said, here are the two new clips coming from TikTok user Havoc Theory. Havoc Theory created these two amazing and similar AI videos. The first one gives us a close-up of what Bigfoot's face would look like. Wrinkly, aged skin, long shaggy hair, human-like features. It's such a cool representation of Bigfoot. The second video is pretty similar, showing us more of the Yeti variant. It still has the human-like features, but this time the skin is lighter and the fur is bright white. It has perfect camouflage to blend in with the wintry environment. Now, even though AI is getting pretty good, there are some key differences between them and real-life videos. AI often struggles with subtle micro-expressions on faces, smooth, natural hand movements, especially around the face or objects, blinking rates that feel unnatural, either too frequent, too perfect, or not at all. AI-generated characters also might move too stiffly or too fluidly in a slightly uncanny way. When these creatures walk away in the videos, we can see those imperfections, and in the way the eyes move as well. So I hope you all enjoyed this different kind of segment, and I hope you all learned something. And I hope you enjoyed the cool Bigfoot representations, of course. A woman named Sarah owns a rural property. We all know the cliche paranormal stories of living on a rural property, such as ghostly figures in the tree lines, weird voices, and unknown creatures appearing. But what we don't hear as often are alien stories on these rural properties. Sure, there are some, but this one is different. Sarah claims extraterrestrials live on and around her property, stalking her and terrorizing her. She reportedly has many security cameras on her property, some on her home and some on the woods surrounding. One night, one of her cameras on her house was triggered, and this is what it captured. A gray, extraterrestrial-looking being right up in the lens. It's skinny and pale, with huge black eyes on its large head. It has the typical look of an alien gray. Now Sarah claims to have had other encounters with weird creatures on her property. She sees, quote, sleek, shadowy aliens with elongated limbs and glowing eyes darting through her fields. She says these creatures' movement are way too swift, and they maneuver between corn stalks and scale her barn with insect-like precision. She also allegedly took this photo of one of the aliens. She, along with many cryptozoologists, believe these are alien greys. Alien greys, also called Zeta reticulans in some circles, are a species of extraterrestrial beings frequently reported by people claiming alien encounters, abductions, or sightings. They're the classic alien image you picture in your head when someone says UFO. But anyways, do you believe Sarah? And what would you do if you were in her shoes? Would you sell the property or attempt to make peace with the unidentified creatures? Taking a look at a brand new video just posted on May 6th, 2025. It comes from a man named Robert Earl White, who spotted the strange phenomenon at 3:33 p.m. He was in Bridgeton, New Jersey. Take a look.
Oh my god, what is this? I just started recording this orb. Hold on, I can barely keep up with it. I have no idea what this is. Oh my god, it's just blasting through the clouds. Hold on. I'm having a really hard time seeing it. What could this be? I lost it. Where did it go?
Robert states, I recorded a UFO orb traveling at insane speeds, breaking through the clouds in broad daylight. And his footage truly is captivating. He follows the small white orb to the best of his ability, but it's moving very fast, so it's hard to keep up with. Eventually, he loses sight of it, and it gets lost in the clouds surrounding. He also had to zoom in very far to even be able to see it on camera. It's just a small white ball soaring through the sky. Now I know I bring this up a lot, but it's because it was just so crazy that all this even happened. Remember all the strange drone and UAP sightings that came from New Jersey towards the beginning of this year? Well, as I said, this one happened in New Jersey. So maybe UAP sightings are making a comeback there? But what could this have been? Some think some kind of unknown manned aircraft or something. But most believe it's some kind of unexplainable phenomenon like a UAP or UFO. The following terrifying and exclusive trail cam capture comes from Breedsville, Michigan. According to the trail camera, it was captured at 7:10 p.m. on October 25th, 2022. A guy named Mike had this stealthy camera set up in the woods for hunting. He was looking to capture deer and other game that wandered by. But when he checked his photos, this is what was seen. He was so shocked, disturbed, and confused. It was obvious to him that this was no person, this was a ghost. Especially considering this was far out into the wilderness, no person would be roaming on the property out there. But taking a look at the ghostly woman, she seems to be wearing white. She has dark and disheveled hair and a downright eerie face. The caption of the photo reads, "Zoom in and you can see the trees through her head. Is this a spirit or a ghost?" The uploader assures us this picture is 100% real, and most believe him. Most believe this is perhaps a spirit from long ago that still roams and haunts the land from her time. Some even hypothesize that she died on this land and this is why she resides there, remaining in this familiar place. Definitely one of the most eerie trail cam photos you'll ever see. Once again, we're ending today's video with an insane nature video. A very rare and cool looking animal was photographed on March 17th, 2025. It comes from Instagram user and photographer Nath Outside the Box. Here are her amazing captures. This is a very rare dolphin species called the northern right whale dolphin. Her first capture shows it jumping high out of the water. Such a crazy picture. The northern right whale dolphin has no dorsal fin, which is rare among dolphins. It sports a sleek, streamlined black body with a white patch along its underside, typically from the throat to the tail area. It resembles a miniature orca with no fin. It's super smooth and almost eel-like when swimming. Its body is built for speed, and it's known to leap gracefully from the water in low arching motions. Males grow up to 3 meters or 10 feet. Females grow slightly smaller, around 2.3 meters or 7.5 feet. They weigh roughly 100 to 115 kilograms, which is 220 to 250 pounds. She took all these photos in California. These animals can also swim up to speeds of over 22 miles per hour. They're also known for spectacular acrobatic leaps. Northern right whale dolphins aren't considered globally endangered or critically rare, but they are infrequently seen by humans. They live far offshore in deep open ocean waters, usually found in the North Pacific, far away from coastal areas where people frequent. It truly is such an amazing animal that you probably never have heard of before. I know I hadn't heard of them before these photos, But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let me know if you want me to keep covering wildlife captures like this. Alright, I think it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like button, mom. Let's aim for 5,000 likes for another one of these trail camera videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear YT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because only 20% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. And shout out to my second channel, More Maximum Fear, where I post other scary content that you guys would definitely love. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.